Okay.
I am a mind reader, and I'm a lip reader. It's called being street smart and a parent.
So am I allowed to say, am I allowed to stand here and say he was talking to Mitch Kupchak?
He 100%
Everybody seems to be saying he was talking to the referees. And they've almost convinced me that he was talking to the referees.
The referees?
That's what I'm saying.
The one that's out on the court?
Yeah, exactly.
Come on, man.
Yeah, he's talking to Mitch Kupchak.
Mitch Kupchak tried to give Dwight Howard a pat on the backside. All right, big fella, hold it down.
Which was an interesting move that we could talk about another time.
And he clearly turns around and said, you got to do something to fix this. So let me tell you a few of the things that they would need to fix. And this is why Dwight is going to be a Hall of Fame player. The Lakers are still a storied franchise. But the marriage does not and will not work.
So what should they do to fix this?
Mike D'Antoni will never win a championship as a Lakers coach.
Shots fired.
Kobe Bryant said he was going to retire after next year. He's coming back from an Achilles injury. Maybe he's excited to play another year or so, but maybe 1 or 2 years left for Kobe. But he's still going to be the centerpiece of your team and the face of your franchise.
Yep, and he's going to eat up a lot of your salary.
Steve Nash, you needed him earlier in the year. He wasn't available. You fired one coach. You need him late in the year when you're trying to win 5 games in a row to get in the playoffs.
Getting epidurals.
He wasn't available.
He was getting epidurals.
You need him in the playoffs before you get swept. He wasn't available.
Yeah.
He cannot come back in training camp on paper or on the roster noted to be the Lakers starting.
You cannot rely on him. He's unreliable.
Trade him to Toronto.
Not his fault. Not his fault.
No, he's old. He put in his work.
He's trying. And he eats nuts and twigs and works out 7 times and takes 3 naps. He's doing everything he can. The man's 40 years old.
And he's the only player on your roster that signed through 14, 15. You can't allow that to happen.
Yeah.
Pau Gasol is in the last year of his contract, and he actually, of all of the players I mentioned besides Kobe Bryant, is the one player I would still want on my team moving forward. So if I'm the Lakers,
do you really want Kobe Bryant on your team moving forward?
I do. He's Kobe Bryant. I want him to be an integral part of my franchise even when he retires. I got to allow him to go out ceremoniously like the Mavs are doing with Dirk and hopefully like the Celtics will do with Paul Pierce.
But when's he come back? Like All-Star game at best?
6 months is October, early November.
Yeah, but didn't they say 9 to 12?
9 to 12 months. They said 6 to 9 initially.
Okay.
So 9 to 10 is December, January. You have to submit your playoff roster by March. Kobe, I don't think is going to be ready for training camp. So there's going to be a period where it's November and it's like the Derrick Rose theory. Hey, should we throw him out there and see how he looks at 15 minutes?
Look at him shooting around in practice.
Oh, wow. There he goes. Maybe we can play him 20 minutes, and he did a good job. He had 6 points. He really contributed. He's on his way back. There's going to be a learning curve. He's not going to be able to go overseas and play 25 games and return to the NBA. He's not going to be able to necessarily do it in practice or play against people like me and get in shape. The only way he's going to be able to physically understand if he's able to compete in the NBA is to play in the NBA. And I want him back on my roster. But here's the most telling thing. Kobe's watching the game in the back, and take it for somebody that's been ejected a few times.
This is where I wanted it to go.
Correct.
This is where I wanted this to go, Jalen.
When you're in the back, normally you're getting treatment on an injury if you didn't play.
Okay. You're watching the game on a monitor in the locker room.
You're Kobe Bryant. In theory, you're back there with a trainer, an assistant trainer. Somebody's giving him treatment, and you guys are watching the game.
Yep.
He sees Dwight Howard throw the white flag, get ejected for being physical in the post with, when you see that video, a player that nobody in the world except an NBA analyst can name. He gets that frustrated, gets kicked out of the game. Kobe Bryant sees this guy get kicked out of the game, Jacoby.
And then he's back there.
I'm about to get up and go back out there for the fans and for the teammates because I see this dude just quit. And I'm not about to be back here watching the game with him, criticizing everybody else for the fourth quarter while he cries on my shoulder and or try to get me to beg him to stay.
So you're saying Kobe Bryant left the locker room not because he wanted to give the fans something to cheer about, but because he didn't want to be next to Dwight Howard.
And for everybody grew up watching the Acme cartoons like I did and the Bugs Bunny, and there was a sound like, wee! That's exactly what he did. All pew,
Pew.
soon as he saw pew, Kobe was out of there, crutches and all. He did not want to. He was thinking, dude, I'm right here right now on crutches, torn Achilles, trying to get back in 6 to 9 months. This dude ain't about to come in the back and cry on my shoulder, and I'm not about to be in the back begging this dude to come back as a free agent. That ain't happening right now.
So he just had to leave.
Yes.
Interesting theory.
So those parts don't fit. So I told you D'Antoni, title, Lakers, won.